Jason Smith back with you. Game 2, Pacers, Knicks. You know, if I just showed you that picture right there, that would kind of sum up the whole game. You get what I mean? Let's go right to the game. Tyrese Halliburton getting ready for this one. Big time first half for that guy. Pascal Siakam finding many ways to score. Easy dunk right there. How's the fadeaway jumper game? I think it's pretty good. Boom. And what about your fadeaway? Well, let me show you. Get that going, and if he's doing all that, you know he can hit threes. 23 points, 9 for 14 from the field in the first half. Fourth quarter, though, was a 4-point game. Pacers up. Halliburton sizing up Jalen Brunson and getting whatever he wanted right there. Drains the three. They're up 7. He's like, You like the wink right there? Knicks down 8 here. Brunson, the miss. Rebounded by Halliburton. Outlet to guess who? Pascal Siakam. 2 of his 39 on the night. Halliburton all fired up. Pacers up 10. Looked like they had it in hand, but the Knicks weren't going away quietly. Brunson hitting the 3 right there. They're down 5. Then Brunson getting in the paint. Tough floater to go. Cut the deficit to 3. Under 20 seconds left. Knicks down 3. Brunson maybe rushing it a little bit. Pull up with the 3. Can't get it to fall. And that is ball game. Josh Hart can't believe it. Miles Turner may be shocked at that shot. Knicks go down 0-2. Pacers win 114-109.
NBA reporter Tim Bontemps was in the house at MSG Friday night, kind enough to sit around and wait for us here on SportsCenter. Look, all the conversation in New York is going to be about Jalen Brunson and his decision to shoot that 3, maybe a little early. But obviously the bigger picture, Tim, is that they are down now 0-2 going on the road. What did the guys say about the response they need going to Indy?
Well, look, Michael, the Pacers gave up an open 3 to Jalen Brunson with a few seconds to go in the game. If you're the Knicks, you're going to take that shot, and the Knicks feel okay about that. And that shot is not why the Knicks are down 0-2 in this series. They're down 0-2 in the series because they gave up that very costly 17-point lead in the fourth quarter the other night, and it's because they did not have any ability to stop the Pacers in the second half of this game. Tom Thibodeau was asked about his decision to have Karl Anthony Towns on the bench for a lot of the fourth quarter, said that he was having the group out there he thought was giving this team the best chance to win the game. But the truth is the Knicks couldn't get a stop down the stretch. The Pacers were able to get what they wanted throughout the game, and because of that costly giveaway in the fourth quarter of Game 1, the series probably should be 1-1 going to Indiana, and it would likely then be coming back 2-2. Instead, now the Knicks see their season on life support as Indiana stole this one, goes up 2-0, and goes home with a chance to head back to the NBA Finals.
You know, coming into this series, there were several who said that the Pacers had the deeper team and more balanced team on offense. Tyrese Halliburton, clearly the hero for the Pacers in Game 1. And in Game 2, it was Pascal Siakam. What was he doing against this Knicks defense in this particular game?
Everything, Michael. He did everything. He scored the first 11 points of the game for Indiana. He had half their points basically in the first half of this game. Finishes with 39 points on 15 for 23 shooting. You're seeing it right here. Siakam got wherever he wanted against whoever the Knicks had on him in this game. And this is the kind of performance, exactly the kind of performance that the Pacers thought they could get from Siakam in this kind of situation when they acquired him last year from the Toronto Raptors. It's easy to forget because of all the craziness that went on in that Raptors-Warriors series back in 2019. Pascal Siakam had 26 and 10 in that Game 6 at Oracle Arena to close out that series and deliver a championship to the Toronto Raptors. This is a guy who has played in massive games a million times in his career. The Pacers brought him to Indiana to pair with Tyrese Halliburton to be the star duo that could get this team back to the finals, a place they have not been since 2000 when they beat the Knicks in the conference finals. And after stealing Game 1, to come back in this game, they needed Pascal Siakam to carry this team when virtually everybody else had nothing going in the first half. And as a result, he's got the Pacers 2 wins away from getting back to the NBA Finals and doing so by beating the Knicks in the conference finals as they did back in 2000.
Yeah, the experience is definitely on the side of Indiana, and so is this series lead 2-0 going to Game 3. Tim Bontemps from MSG. Appreciate it.
Senior NBA veteran Quentin Richardson, Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. with us now as the Pacers take a 2-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Q, I want to start with you. Jalen Brunson, fine game, 36 points, 11 assists. But we got to address that decision for a pull-up 3 from the logo, 10 seconds left. What are your thoughts on that shot choice?
Well, I felt like Jalen Brunson didn't do a whole lot of wrong last night, but I didn't like that shot. I understand. I can see where he was coming from, trying to get it because they were doubling him, jumping him, doing so many different things, gadget plays to try and take the ball out of his hand. I feel like he felt that was like a chance to get his best shot before getting doubled or jumped or anything. But I just felt like that he could have got a better shot. He could have been close. That was a pretty deep shot that he doesn't really shoot those type of distance threes. But I feel like he could have, even if it wasn't for him, they could have got a better shot out of that play. And it was kind of rushed, and that put them behind the 8 ball when he missed that one.
Yeah, I can see the logic behind the shot there. Like, I think he was expecting them to foul so they wouldn't get a chance to shoot at 3. So I think that's what he was thinking there. But beyond that, this speaks to a larger issue with the Knicks and their late game execution. They just could not. We know what happened in game 1 where they fell apart. But in game 2, they just couldn't get the rebound when they needed. They couldn't get the stop when they needed. They couldn't get the shot to go in when they needed. This team's calling card in the first 2 rounds was clutch performance. And right now, the Pacers are being a better team in the clutch and executing down the stretch better. And all that culminates in Jalen Brunson feeling like he needs to take a logo shot to have a chance to tie this game.
Let's go to the other side of this matchup. The Pacers, they're great in transition. They're able to move the ball well out there on the floor. David, what impressed you with the Pacers' offense last night?
Pascal Siakam, we got to start with him. The Pacers came out kind of lethargic at the beginning of this game, and he really set the table for them to get them kind of poised a little bit, especially in that first half. 21 points in that first half. Let's not forget that Pascal Siakam was the second best player on a championship team a few years ago with the Toronto Raptors. But this, again, speaks to another overall issue, is that the Indiana Pacers have an answer for everything that the Knicks are doing on defense. When Mitchell Robinson is flying down the court, they're putting Miles Turner in the corner and getting him out the paint. They're ISOing Jalen Brunson, and then when Cat is in the game, he is an absolute lunchable. Minus 37 net rating. His defense has been atrocious in this series, and the Pacers are feasting on everything that the Knicks are doing wrong.
Hey, I'm doubling down. I agree with you on the Pascal set the tone from the beginning. But, I mean, I think what we've been seeing throughout this playoffs and then also throughout the season, Double D, is that the Pacers are that team. Obviously, every team, you have your guys. When you look at this, everything that they've done, they have a leading scorer, they have a leading rebounder, but they truly play a style of basketball where you don't know who it's going to be. Coach Carlisle doesn't coach in a way where he's specifying this guy's going to score. Whoever comes out that night and whoever is playing well, that's what makes them difficult. They ride the hot hand. They go to what's working. We've seen them broad plays for Neesmith, Nembhard, T.J. McConnell. I mean, obviously they drawn up plays for Miles Turner and Tyrese and the go-to guys and Pascal. But you really don't know. They play as the game goes. They play with what's working. They make the right plays. And they have an extension of the coach. You heard Tyrese Halliburton talk about how he continues to check in with the coach to see what they're seeing so he could be the extension of them on the court. All of those things add up to them playing well down the stretch and being poised when it mattered down last night.
Both of you guys know I'm pulling for my Knicks in this series. I'm on an emotional roller coaster right now. But, David, I'll start with you. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the roller coaster.
The Timbs are not out right now, huh? I mean, the
Timbs are not out. Huh? They are not out right now. But, David, can the Knicks pull out this series?
Look, I thought this series was going 7 at the beginning. I just don't think they can recover from losing those 2 games at home, especially the way they lost game 1. I mean, I'm sorry. I know you got the Pacers yellow on right now. You already turned your back on the Knicks.
Wait, not the Pacers yellow. You have to call them the Pacers yellow, too? Just added insult to injury? I mean, come on now. I thought we were friends. You know what? I'll hear from you guys later on in the show. Game 3 tomorrow night, 8 Eastern in Indy. Thanks so much, guys. Conference Finals, winning both games by double digits. OKC now has 60 double-digit wins this season, tying the 2016-2017 Warriors for the most in a season in NBA history. OKC has been led by league MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has 69 points in the Conference Finals. That is the most points through a player's first 2 career Conference Finals games since Carmelo Anthony back in 2009. Looking ahead, the Thunder are 13-0 when leading 2-0 in a best-of-7, while Minnesota is 0-3 all-time when trailing 2-0 in a best-of-7, including the 2024 West Finals against the Mavericks. Quentin Richardson and Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. back here with us, and we're going full Dennis the Menace here. So, David, who's a player that could be a menace in today's game when you're talking about the Thunder and the Wolves?
It's Jalen Williams. Let's take a trip back a few games ago, Game 6 against Denver. He did not show up, and everybody was talking about what's his viability as a real number 2 option. Since then, in the 3 games, 23, 8, and 6. Since in this series, he has 6 steals, and he has yet to turn the ball over. If you're talking about the battle of the twos between him and Julius Randle, it is not even close. The Wolves have no answer for what he's doing offensively or defensively. If he's going to continue to be a menace, this series is going to be real short.
I agree with that right there, 2 Chainz. I double down. I like Jalen Williams. He's definitely going to be part of it. But if we're talking about a menace, the biggest menace for the Minnesota Timberwolves is undoubtedly the league MVP, SGA. OKC, they go as he goes, and we know that he's a walking 30 to 40-point bucket almost every night. And he's been there, and I think he's going to continue to be there. He's the one who gets he's the engine that gets the train going. He always finds a way, and he stays poised. That's what I like about him the most. Even when he's having a tough game, you don't see him showing the frustration on his face. He just continues to go about his business and always finds a way to show up and show out for his team. So I got SGA as the biggest menace.
Q, need your help on this one, man. We're scanning the NBA. We think we found a QR code. Minnesota's got to win 4 of 5 if they're going to win the series. What's the code by which the T-Wolves need to live to make this a series?
I mean, just like I said about OKC, we know Ant-Man, he has to be ever present. If he doesn't show up and be a lead guy, they have no chance. But for me, it's all about the Randalls, the McDaniels, the Rudy Goberts, and the Alexander Gilges and Mike Conley. They have to come up and be big for him. They have to support him and make it where they can't just double team and key in on Ant Edwards. They have to be formidable in their own way so that they can continue to keep their man attached and they can play. And they give Ant-Man a chance to do his thing one-on-one when he gets his ISOs. Because right now, with them not doing what they're doing, they're able to key in on Ant-Man more.
Q, I'm with you. You said the folks need to show up big. You know who else need to show up big? The bigs. They need to show up big. The Minnesota Timberwolves got to figure out what to do with this Naz Reid, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert situation. They have not shown us one thing to play against the Lakers and Warriors teams that do not have centers. But when you have the Thunder who are hounding these guys, they have given them nothing, especially in Game 2 when Julius Randle basically was a no-show, didn't play in that fourth quarter. Now, if I'm Minnesota, I can look in my fourth quarter in Game 2 and say, hey, we cut that lead down to 10 with Naz Reid at the center and spreading the floor out. That gave the Thunder a little bit of problems in the regular season. Maybe that's sustainable. Maybe that can cause some trouble. But other than that, they need to figure out how to get Julius Randle and these other bigs going, dominating the boards, playing defense, and scoring and putting some pressure on this Thunder team.
Q, I want your thoughts on this. We're either going to get an OKC Indiana NBA Finals, or either the Knicks or the Wolves are going to win 4 of the next 5, which just doesn't happen a lot at this level of the playoffs. Which comeback is likelier to you, Knicks against the Pacers or the Wolves over the Thunder?
I don't think either will happen. I'm with you on that. But if you had to ask me which one is likelier, from the looks of it, I think Knicks coming back over the Pacers would be more likely. I feel like the way that the Thunder have gone about it, they look like it's a one-sided series right now.
That'd be the first time that ever happens at this level of the playoffs, a team to drop the first 2 games at home, come back to win the series.
I feel like the way that Q said that might have been a personal attack on me, but I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay,
you show up in Pacers yellow. What do you think is going to happen?
Thanks for watching. You're tuned into the ES3N network. We appreciate you spending your time with us. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a drop. Got thoughts or theories? Drop them in the comments. We read them all. Share this video to help keep important stories alive. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, there's always more to the story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. But stay tuned. Coming up next, I'll be adding even more value by showing you exactly how to get started with your knitting journey.